So I wanted to do a little bit more of an in-depth review on this here knife. What is it? The Gerber Flatiron. This is the 3.6 inch model, I believe, and it's the G10 handle and the D2 carbon steel blade. And I mentioned in a short that I did that I am not a big fan of this knife. Honestly, I like the blade. I like the style of it, but there are nitpicks, and they're big ones, almost deal breakers as far as carrying a knife goes. And I mean, first off, I know you saw me mess with it already. This this safety is just not it. It's inconsistent. Sometimes it locks so heavy that you just cannot open it with one hand. It feels like the action on it is not smooth. I messed around with the tension of the spring. I will say this, I'll give this grace. I did receive this secondhand like a couple days ago. I did not purchase this knife new. I didn't get to see it in its original shape, but from what I've read online, this knife, yeah, no, these problems it's just normal. It's normal problems with this knife. The lock is a big deal to me. It seems to fail about, I'd say, probably 30% of the time. Uh, the action ain't seeming very smooth right now. I did just clean this knife and I did not relube it, so we'll give it a little bit of grace. And my second nitpick really is this blade. I mean, to be fair, I have not had the opportunity to hit it with a proper whetstone. I've been using my so what I've been using for this knife and all of my knives really, because I do not have a proper whetstone right now. I do intend on purchasing one the next probably few days. I've been using this little Smith's 4-inch diamond plated little dry stone. It's a good little sharpener. I've used it for a lot of my knives, and I've kept a lot of my knives razor with it. It works great. With this knife, I just have not been able to get a good edge on it. It's a very thick blade. I don't know if that's focusing, but it's a very thick blade. It says that it's a recommended 20 to 35 degree edge for sharpening this guy. That sounds about right, but I put about that on it and it doesn't get sharp. I mean, I got the edge down real nice, beautiful profile, nice and polished and everything, and deburred. It's just not sharp. That's probably user error. That's probably just me sucking at sharpening knives. But like, it doesn't feel like it's just me. I swear to God, I've read about people not being able to get a good edge on this knife. And one of my other nitpicks, not a big fan of, and it's something I can live with. This isn't a deal breaker for me with knives. It can be if it's so bad that I can't stand it. But this clip right here, big problem for me. Like I said, I can live with it, but it's real stubby. It's real short. You can see here with a traditional knife, it's generally a little bit more narrow, and it's not as thick, and it's longer, so it fits in your pocket better. This one likes to grab, and I wear jeans, so it grabs the seam of your pants pocket real bad, and it's not a fun carry. Taking it in and out of the pocket, and then there's the fact that it's not a spring assist, so you can spidey flick it and it works, but here's that locking issue. You can spidey flick it and it is fast if you know what you're doing. You'll see me do that a lot with it, but you can't beat that's so much better. And then I can close it, and I can close it 100% of the time. It's not ever going to do me wrong. Even a beat up old Kershaw opens just fine, closes just fine, opens just fine, closes just fine. This knife is half of the price of this one. It's got a nicer clip, a better feeling handle in my opinion, a nicer action, a better closing action. It's just better all around for cheaper. It's just stupid, it doesn't make any sense to me. This knife is, I would say, it's overpriced, it's poorly designed. I'm still going to keep it because I love that blade. I love the aesthetic of this blade. And it looks great in my collection, but it will not be one that I carry. And I really don't recommend buying these new because they're, like I said, overpriced. If you can get your hands on one for, I wouldn't pay more than $25 for this secondhand. But if you can get one for under 25, then yeah, probably grab it up. I mean, it'll do what it does, but it's still a good, decent blade, and the handle doesn't feel terrible in the hand. It's actually not a bad handle. It's worth it for that price, not for what they want factory. So, total review on this knife, I give it probably a 5 out of 10, honestly. I'd say 5 out of 10 if you pick it up used, 4 out of 10 if you buy it, 3 out of 10 if you buy it new. Don't buy these knives. Civivi just released a new knife just like this one. Kershaw has another knife. I can't remember the name of it. It's been around forever. One of the better ones that I've seen is a Kaiser, and I can't remember the name of any of these knives because they name knives weird now, but pick up one of those instead. It's not a huge discrepancy in price. I'm actually pretty sure the Civivi is cheaper. I know CRJB has one like this that's much nicer all around. Get one of those. Don't buy a Gerber. All right. And I don't hate Gerber's knives. I have a strong arm, Gerber strong arm. It's one of my favorite knives. I replaced it with this because I like buck. I like the idea of buck. I like the style of buck. These are both bucks, and I just can't. Gerber's just not it anymore, man. They used to be so good. They're just not it anymore. But yeah, that's basically my showcase. That's my rant about this knife. Don't buy them unless they're secondhand. That's basically all I got. Have a good one. See y'all in the next video. Payphone for life.